you're trying to figure out how to effectively press these palm keys up in the top of the saxophone, what the notes are, and where to rest your hand when you're playing them, this video is for you. I'm going to show you how you should be holding your hand on the sax when you're playing those palm keys and what each of them mean. So let's start with the first palm key, which is D. So we're going to start with the D palm key, which is this key here, and this opens up the key closest to you, and that is how you play the high D with the octave key. It sounds like this. And the best way to play it is to get this part of your knuckle here and use that to press the key. So it should be pressing the key right on your index finger, and your wrist should be sort of resting down like this. You don't want to be having your wrist up here. You want your wrist bending downwards so that you can still press these keys here. So there really isn't that much movement with this D palm key. All you're doing is moving back and forth like this. And so when you want to transition from C to D, there really isn't that much movement. You keep your wrist in this position and you just use that knuckle here to press the D palm key. So there really isn't that much movement here. So that was the D palm key, and I'm going to show you the other palm keys such as E flat, E, and F. But before I do, my name is Alexander Matthias from saxophoneMasterclass.com, and on this channel I show you everything you need to know about how to learn and master the saxophone. And if you want to follow along to this lesson, go ahead and check out my free saxophone fingering guide at saxophoneMasterclass.com/fingerings. There's also a link below in the description, and you're going to be able to print that off so you can work on these fingerings offline. So now we're going to move on to the D sharp or E flat fingering and how you should be pressing that palm key fingering. Then when you're moving up to the next note of the palm keys, you're going to move up to this key here. Okay, so that's the next one in the palm keys. It's the next one furthest away from you, and this is going to be a D sharp or E flat. And again, you want to keep everything relaxed. You want your wrist down like this. You want to have the least amount of movement. So when you're going from D to E flat, it's really just this. And you're using your middle knuckle here to press the E flat palm key. Okay, so the D palm key is this knuckle, and the E flat palm key is the second knuckle. So really it's just that one finger making very slight movement from D to E flat, like this. So there really isn't much movement here. So try to position your index finger in that area so there's not too much movement between pressing these keys and pressing the palm keys. So I can literally go from G, A, B, C, D, E flat without much movement at all. And now we're going to move on to E, which is those two palm keys with the octave key and this top side key here. And again, you want to use this part of your knuckle to play that key so that you're not moving too far away from these keys. You don't want to be going over here like this. You want to just keep those fingers in place and use that knuckle here to press that top key. Okay, so the movement from E flat to E is really just that. It's just leaning your knuckle against that top key. So chromatically going from C, this is the amount of movement that you should see. So there really isn't much movement here. You're actually keeping your fingers close to these pearl keys on the front as you're pressing these other side keys, these palm keys and this side key here. And then finally we're going to go up to F, which is this third palm key, but now we're going to use our middle finger to press that one, and we're going to use this knuckle here. So we're using this knuckle to press the third palm key, okay? And again, not much movement. These three fingers are still able to cover the pearl keys at the front, but I can go chromatically from C sharp to D sharp to E to F with very little movement. And that is all the palm keys at the top of the saxophone and how you should be holding your hands as you're playing those notes. Again, if you want the fingering chart for all those fingerings, go ahead and check out the link below or go to saxophonemasterclass.com/fingerings. You can download them absolutely free and you're going to be able to use those offline to help you with these fingerings. All right, my friend, if you want to learn even more fingerings on the saxophone, check out this next video where I take you through every single fingering on the sax. And until next time, have a great day, have a great week, and happy playing.